to get this settled. This is going to be on everything wrong with the Avatar series. You have all your characters here. So, if you do not want to know what is wrong, or if you think that Avatar is probably the best ever written, can't possibly be bad kind of show, please just turn this off and leave. I don't need it. I don't need the snob comments. But we are going to go down now, and I'm going to discuss everything that we're going to go. So we have the intro, which is what I'm doing right now. Then we're going to go into the character arcs, because you can't really talk about anything else without going into everyone's character arc. And what's wrong with their character arcs, and how that can be fixed. And I also included mine in the character arcs because it's not like she plays an important role. But, how do I put it? The way that people act about her, she's really downplayed a lot. But she does play a specific role in the story, and I don't think that going over character arcs would be fair without including mine in there. Then we go over plot. Yeah. Enough said. Then we go over themes. Enough said. And then we go over the ship wars. Yeah. So first, we're gonna go over a lot. About each of them. I mean, I guess it kinda work. I have mixed feelings about the ship war. So, yeah. Anyways, first we are going to go all the way into Aang. Well, really, we're going to explain some of the character arcs here. Everything wrong with Avatar. Character arcs. Okay, let's just be honest. Half of the character arcs could be fixed to end better. Aang, Mai, Toph have zilch character development at all and have just about no closure to their problems. They don't even learn. Aang, for starters, doesn't even learn how to fix his problems. And I don't think Toph finds happiness in her life. On the other hand, you have Zuko, Katara, and Sokka, who all get major character development. Can you even tell me why Sokka is in this? I don't, he's just a money guy. I guess it's for copy reasons. And they get plenty of character development throughout their arcs. Actually, Aang and Zuko's character arcs aligned for a vast majority of the story. So why did they drop it? Yeah, we'll get to that at some point. Then, when you really think about it, you should go in and actually deeply analyze Aang, Mai, Toph, Zuko, Katara, and Sokka's character development. So, we are starting with Aang. He is basically built on character flaws. He has a lack of understanding. It's not that he's stupid or he's an idiot, he just doesn't understand that his way of life will not work for everyone and will not solve everyone's problems. Which brings me to my second point. He has a reliance on monk or air tribe teachings. He does not really care about any of the other problems. He understands the other teachings, but just enough to get through this week's problem, and then he practically forgets it. And he's emotionally reliant on Katara. This is something that I feel is very saddening. His crush for Katara ends up becoming a crutch, especially when it comes to his avatar state, bringing me to my next point. His avatar state is triggered or is somehow related to Katara because she is the only one who can calm him down. That's really sad. His avatar state is either triggered by Katara getting hurt in some fashion, or she has to calm him down so that he doesn't kill anyone. Oh, but there were times where he really did do some stuff. Very sad. Then, my biggest sadness with Aang, it's not that I don't like his character. He's a fun character all the way through. He's one of my favorite characters in the whole series, but when it comes to a literature point, he is a horrible character. He has no mental, emotional, or any kind of character development. I mean, the whole start of this was that he ran away from trying to be the Avatar. And it's not that he doesn't want anything else. If he could drop the Avatar and give it to someone else, he would do it in a second. He practically wishes he wasn't born as the Avatar. I mean, and by the end of the show, this doesn't change. So, how is there any mental growth there? And then his connection with the Guru. You have to learn how to let go of your earthly attachments to completely master the Avatar state. This includes Katara. Well, he mastered the Avatar state, and you would have thought that he would have had some, at least, emotional and mental growth, learning to correctly channel his feelings and not push Katara multiple times. But no! More than ever, Aang wants to make his feelings more clear to her and push them on to her. This kind of connects back to the ship wars. The Aang ship war. And in all other aspects, he has no character development. He doesn't... I don't want to spoil anything. He has a lot of a lack of... Back to his lack of understanding. He doesn't understand that his problems won't work. And the Southern Airbender raid, or whatever it was called. I know it was like the red something. Katara goes to go and seek closure for her mother's death by what Aang believes is taking revenge. Honestly, most people would consider it taking revenge. I mean, even I consider it taking revenge. Everyone was all like, no, Katara, don't do this. Everyone was siding with Aang because of the way his character is made. You want to want what Aang wants. Anyways, he has a lack of understanding that just forgiving the guy who killed Katara's mother, don't remember what his name is, it doesn't work for everyone. Forgiveness and closure doesn't really work for everyone in every situation. And then you have his reliance on monk or air tribe teachings. So, Uncle Iron, at some point in the story, I don't have a video of it, puts it so beautifully. Without understanding each of the elements, it becomes rigid and stale. Yes, thank you, Uncle. Anyways, when you think about it, if he relies on monk and air tribe teachings, how does he really learn anything from the other elements? And this connects back to his lack of understanding. He doesn't really understand any of the elements, why they were made, and the other cultures to really understand Katara's problem. For example, change. In water, instead of having Aang be good at it from the start, it would have been nice if he struggled with it, because you learn in the Southern Air Temple, or was it the Northern Air Temple? I'm pretty sure it was the Northern Air Temple. Aang is deeply upset because two people, I don't remember their names, I don't really remember the names of the non-important characters, they change the Air Temple so that they can live and keep their people safe. And Aang is deeply upset. In a way, it's understandable because Aang is an emotional character. He thinks that his culture is being disrespected, and it's not about that. The change is about being able to understand. They changed it so that they could live. I think this would have been a good opportunity to explore some of Aang's character, but which it didn't. So that's one of the things that's wrong with Aang's character arc. His character is not really explored. Anyways, he does not end up understanding what they did and that it was better than what he thinks. He doesn't really completely understand the magnitude of that. He's emotionally reliant on Katara. As I said earlier, his crush is a crutch. His avatar state is triggered when Katara is somehow in danger, or when it's not triggered when she's in danger, she's somehow related to the avatar state, usually calming him down. This also shows that he has no mental or emotional or any kind of character development. And I find that really sad for Aang. He would have been so much better off if he had actually learned to solve his problems. One of his also character flaws I forgot to add is that he's always running away from his problems. And I think you can all understand why. At the very beginning, you see that Aang runs away because he does not want to be the Avatar. This leads to the death of his people. I mean, it's not like a child at the time could really change the war. I mean, when you really think about it, you probably couldn't have. But if you also look at it from another perspective, he might have been able to save his people if he hadn't left. And then multiple times throughout the series, you see him straight up wanting to have fun and run away from his responsibilities. And he also doesn't really think himself. He relies on a lot of monk and airbending teachings, as I said earlier. He doesn't really ask, what should I do? He asks, what would my mentor do? What would the monks do? And this leads back to his fight with Katara. Katara, forgiveness is the only option you ever should consider. What he's trying to do is say that the monk and air tribe teachings are good enough for her. They should be good enough for her. And he didn't even know why she doesn't go with that, forgiveness in the first place. And another thing that I have about Aang and his emotional reliance on Katara is that he sees her through rose-tinted glasses. But only a certain parts of her that he finds perfect, and he doesn't really understand Katara. He understands her, but he doesn't. It's hard to explain. But it's one of the things that is wrong with Aang's character. Overall, Aang is a pretty funny and very immature character. So, I guess for a kid's show, he was pretty good considering. Next, we'll be doing Katara's arc. But not yet, though. Because we are going to finish up Aang. So I think that Aang could have used a lot of character development. I think he could have learned to face up to his problems instead of run away from them, and also take responsibility for his actions rather than just run away. Yes, I think that would have been a great option. This Boon Stories. Katara's character arc will be explained in the next video. Goodbye.